In 1998, there was a quickening in a woman of God named Gladys Norman. She was laying in the hospital with only a short time to live. They had stopped all natural support, including food and water. Her time here on earth was thought to be over, with her family and friends being with her. Her daughter called her mother's pastors to come and pray for her.
The biggest miracle that we've seen in ministry was with her. God did a lot of miracles, but this was the most dramatic. Was we had been called to pray for her.
Yeah, they said that she was in a coma and wasn't expected to live.
And that basically she was brain dead, they had said.
Yeah.
We went down to the hospital to pray for her, and when we did, we gathered around the bed, held hands to pray for her.
Yeah. Anointed her with oil.
Yeah.
And we laid hands on her and prayed for her.
The bed started shaking, and Brother Norman, her husband, he said, "Do you see that? Do you see that?" And I thought, well, that he was shaking the bed. So I looked at everyone to see who was shaking the bed, and I looked, he wasn't shaking the bed, and Cecil was, nobody was shaking the bed. And so then I closed my eyes, and I didn't want to get distracted in my prayer. And I remember thinking at the time of Peter got distracted and started looking at the waves, and he sunk. And so I wanted to keep in the spiritual frame of mind.
Lord, yeah.
And as soon as we were done praying, she woke up and she said, "I'm hungry."
She woke up and everybody was astonished. And she woke up and alert.
And so you went to get a nurse to say that she was awake and she was hungry. And I think you just went and told her that Gladys was hungry. And the nurse said, "What?"
Yeah.
And what do you mean she's hungry? And he said, she said she's hungry. And so she came in and looked at her, and the other nurse, they conversed back and forth, and she says, "Should we get?"
On her chart,
I don't have anything to give her. Wrote down and said, "Well, go get her some Jello." So they got her some Jello, and I think she had been a diabetic. So they didn't, well, she wasn't supposed to have sweet Jello. Anyway, she got the Jello and she was just eating it away. Oh, and while they were discussing whether they were going to take it away from her, but it was just a miracle. And to have the physical manifestation of the bed shaking and the power of God was quite miraculous. And it was a testimony to the people in the hospital and the nurses. I think we probably kept having nurses poke their head in the door, look at her, and talking quietly back and forth between each other.
They were
and then
totally astonished.
I think they were telling other people about it in the hospital, and they were coming to see what had happened, and quite a reaction similar to what you see in the Bible and Acts and the different things with the apostles. And so, you know, God still does those miracles today that he did back then.